Good day to you all, and welcome to a new video of mine. I'm currently back in Thailand, in Pattaya, and I was thinking everybody comes here to Pattaya for one reason or another. Some to get some culture in of the unique culture of Thailand, and some of you come to Thailand for the more naughty stuff. It's all up to you, but one way or another you have to come to Pattaya, and probably you also need to go back to Bangkok one day. And I thought, let's look at the different transportation modes so you can get here from Pattaya to Bangkok and see where they are and what their frequency is and how much they cost and all stuff like that. So if you look at the first option, that's the most obvious, is just to take a taxi. Whether you just hail them from the street or you use apps like Bolt or Grab. You can just order a taxi from there or a private car. And they're usually around 1200 to 1400 baht. So that's like $40 or 40 euros. That's actually not a bad price if you probably consider that what you pay at home. It's a 2-hour ride, so it's okay. But a lot of you will probably think, that can be much cheaper, and of course there is. There are several options here you can take. And the first option that we're going to take is the bus. So let's go to the bus station. I'm at the northern bus terminal here in Pattaya, and also the most used bus terminal, and probably also one of the busiest. Here we can find multiple options to get to Bangkok, all buses of course. As you can see behind me, it's very busy. So if you come here, you probably will have to wait at least 1 hour, but maybe even more before you can catch a bus to Bangkok. So yes, there are multiple options. There are 2 stations where you can choose to get out from this desk here behind me. Option 1, if you go to desk number 1, you can get to Ekamai station. That is the most eastern bus terminal in Bangkok, and it's also one of the easiest because it has a connection straight at the terminal there on the BTS SkyTrain system. So that's the most easiest, and it also runs the most frequent. Officially it's once every hour, but usually it goes every 20 minutes because it's so busy. You can also catch a bus to Mo Chit, and that's more on the northwest side of Bangkok. And from there it's maybe like a 20-minute walk to the nearest MRT or BTS SkyTrain. So that's also an option. But what most of you probably maybe don't know is that you can actually book tickets in advance. So you don't actually have to wait that long. So at ticket counter number 3, you can buy tickets beforehand, and it saves a lot of waiting. Now what you can also do is just buy a ticket online. I don't know the exact website, I'll just put it here and in the description. But for 25 baht more, you can just book online, and you don't even have to visit this station beforehand. So that's also an easy way to do it. It only comes with one downside. You can only book for the official times, that is once an hour. So that's like for 9, 10, 11 a.m. all the way to 9 p.m. I believe. And the price for this bus is 131 baht, so that's around 4 euros or USD. And the trip takes about 2 hours to 3, depending a little bit on traffic. So it's not too bad for this price. Yeah, that are the first options here, but actually not the last option here in Pattaya station, because there is another bus that's going here. If you just walk around the corner, you come to this bus service. It's called Bell Service, and it's another option to get to Bangkok. Only this time it's not the city center, it is actually the airport. So this is an excellent bus if you want to go if you need to go fly home or need to be somewhere near the airport. It is a little bit more expensive. It's 190 baht, but it also sits a little bit more comfortable than the other buses. And they have an added service. If you pay 110 baht more, 300 baht instead of the 190, they'll actually come to pick you up at the hotel. The schedule of this bus is a little more irregular. It starts at 6 a.m. but it only goes every 2 hours, and I don't think they plan extra services if it's more busy. But yeah, this is an excellent bus to take if you're not want to wait. You can also make a reservation beforehand. I believe you can also do it on the website or here. If you do it on the website, it's 25 baht more. But if you do it here, it's just the same price. So yeah, that is a very good alternative if you want to go to Bangkok. By the way, if you want to reach this bus terminal, there's not really an easy way to do it. You can use, like this last bus service, use their van, pickup van service. But if you want to come here on your own, it is a little bit more difficult. There are no public transportation options from here to here. You have to take a taxi or walk or hire a songtang. But it's still a lot easier than the next transportation options we're going to look at. And so, I will see you there. And we have arrived at the least used option here in Pattaya. It's the train station. And there's actually a very good reason why it isn't really used that much. For one thing, it only goes once per day. It is extremely slow, and it's also kind of the middle of nowhere. The city center from here is like way back over there, a few kilometers. It takes you around 45 to 60 minutes to walk. And even if you would take a taxi or whatever, it just takes a lot longer. And up to that, the train is just incredibly slow and unreliable. So, but if you wanted to take this train, it goes, like I said, once per day. On the weekdays you have the regular service. That's a train that stops at literally every station. And it departs around 14:21 p.m. and it arrives, if it runs on schedule, on 6:15 at the main train station in Bangkok. That's Hua Lamphong. But it is also very cheap. A ticket to Hua Lamphong only costs 31 baht. That's less than €1 or $1 USD. I think around 80 cents. But if you do decide to travel on a Saturday or Sunday, there is actually an express train that leaves at 16:21. And it's a lot faster because it skips a lot of stations. So officially it only would take like 2.5 hours to reach Hua Lamphong station. But it's also it's a lot more expensive. It's 170 baht. So it's even more expensive than the bus. And it isn't really too big of advantage, except that it goes to Hua Lamphong. But expect at least a 1 hour delay to actually reach the final destination. My advice is, if you would take one of these trains, get off at Makasan station or Lat Krabang and take the airport rail link Makasan, and you can go on the MRT metro line. It's just a lot faster to reach the city center. I also actually did ride the express train a few years ago just because I was curious, and I actually made a video about that, so I'll throw the link up here and in the description. So if you're curious about that, go watch that video. So with that said, we're going to leave the station and we're going to another bus service, and that is in Yomtien actually, so let's go there. And we have arrived in Yomtien. That is a neighborhood of Pattaya in the south of Pattaya. And over here we are at another bus terminal that only serves one line actually. And it's also from the same company of the North bus terminal. This is the Rung Yang bus company. I probably pronounced it really wrong. In any case, for here you can take a bus for 143 baht to the airport. So this is also a very good option if you need to fly out of here, or if you come to Thailand and you want to get to Pattaya. You can take this bus. And it's also really fast. So normally they say the time it takes between 2.5 hours, but usually it reaches the airport within 90 minutes. If you go to Pattaya, it's usually a little bit longer because it makes some stops at Pattaya North Road, South Road, and another one that I can't remember. So even if you want to go to more the central of Pattaya, you can also take this bus and just get out along the way. Also, this bus terminal is very easy to reach. You can take a Songtan or Bot bus here in Pattaya that leaves right near the walking street in the central Pattaya. And it only costs 10 baht per person, of course. And it should only take a 10-minute ride from the walking street. So yeah, and they leave every couple of minutes. So it's very easy to reach. And it's a fantastic bus line. You need to go to the airport. It runs once an hour, officially, and you can also make reservations online or here at the ticket office. If you do it online, it's another 25 baht extra. Much as the same as the bus terminal in the north. You can only, at least online, you can only make a reservation for each hour, so 10 or 11 or 12. And I think it starts at 7 a.m. over here until 9 p.m. That is this bus station onward to the more to the central of Pattaya, near Central Festival. And we are at Central Festival now, now in the center of Pattaya. And I was walking here the other day and I saw this sign behind me of shuttle service from Kluk. And it's supposed to take you from here, from Central Festival to some shopping center in the middle of Bangkok, to be exact, to Central World. And that would have been very nice because that lies right next to a BTS SkyTrain and is in the middle of the probably most busiest areas in Bangkok. So I went to take a look on their website, but unfortunately they don't have any bus schedules available at the moment. So if you walk past right here and think, that would be very nice to do, to take this bus, unfortunately you can't. There isn't any bus schedule. So that said, just let's head to an option that is available from here. Here behind me you see vans, and you can pretty much find them everywhere in Pattaya. And they go to various locations in Bangkok, so you have to make sure to ask what the time schedule is of where they go exactly. They usually cost around 250 baht for a single trip, and they are an excellent service to get you to Bangkok, although they do drive pretty intensely, let us say like that. And it also is not very convenient if you have a lot of luggage, because these vehicles don't have much luggage space. So if you're traveling with big bags, this is certainly not the best option. But if you're just traveling with a lot of small backpack, this is an option you could take. So this one behind me is going to Bangkok. This is more in the north of Bangkok. It isn't really particularly useful for us. But if you look a little bit more, you probably can find shuttles that will bring you to either Ekamai or to Mochit. These are the most used stations anyway. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Like I said, you can find them anywhere, and those were actually all the transport options that I can think of. You can also use a website called 12go.asia. This is not sponsored, but I really like this website. You can look at all the different transportation options in Thailand, including planes. but they're very useful to like book vans or maybe book a ferry to one of the islands here in Thailand, or book a train from the night train from Chiang Mai to Bangkok or the other way around. And you can also check all the van options here, and you can even see some of the bus schedules. So yeah, that was it. Those were all the options here that I can think of. If I missed any, please leave a comment down below. And thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one. I wish you a great day. Bye.